Today, car is the Kia Seltos, and the Seltos is the most expectation car on this summer. This car is not the complete car because I test drive this car in mid of June, so it's not perfect condition. And Seltos is positioned between Stonic and Sportage in Kia automobiles. So it's a small SUV, and the first ever seen the global small SUV in Kia. It has many trims in Korean market, and the test car is the highest trim called Noblesse, so it has full LED headlamps and tail lamps as well. And you can see the DLL like this. It has a horizontal grille light under the engine hood, and very similarly with the Sonata. Sonata has a special DRL, something like this. So side blinker, also LED, and high beam and low beam fog lamps as well. And the three lamps looks very different, but it's mixed very well. In the side view, it has very firm, not like, it looks like a Mojave, not like a Stonic. So if you compare with the Ssangyong Tivoli and Hyundai Kona, Seltos is the biggest one between three of them. And the Seltos means speedy plus son of Hercules, Keltos. So it would be means something like a very dynamic SUV. And in the rear view, it has chrome garnish and chrome skid plate as well. And the muffler tip is just garnish, not real. And it has a rear spoiler as well. It would be helpful for the aerodynamic. And there are many design, something like a chrome molding and a two-tone roof color. And test car is Noblesse trim, so it had 18 inches alloy wheels, and the wheel design is nice. When you see the side angle, it has plastic wheel housing. The mirror cap is high glossy material, and the side blinker is here. When you look into the Seltos interior, it has very calm. There is a very small high glossy materials. You just can see some plastic, but it's finished very well. And the steering wheel looks like typical Kia's one. And the dashboard and the center fascia is also nice. When you see the door handle, it's high gloss. And the door handle also finished very well. Noblesse trim has super clear cluster, so it has digital display in the middle, and the tachometer and speedometer is analog type. And in the steering wheel, it has many buttons. The left side has infotainment buttons, and around gear knob there is a special dial up here, and it's first shown in the Venue, Hyundai Venues. It's called traction mode, and it's mixed with the drive selector and the traction selector. When you pushed it, in the cluster shown three traction modes: Eco, Snow, Sand. And in drive mode, you can choose normal, Eco, Sport mode. And the cluster looks a little bit different for each mode. In Sport mode, you can see the RPM gauge, something like this. Other modes just the same. In each traction mode, car automatically control the grip ESC system, so it would be changed, it would be different. And the test car also have heads-up display. It's a panel type, and the test car has all ADAS systems for the collision avoidance assist, lane keeping assist, and blind spot collision warning, and blind spot collision avoidance assist, and safe exit assist as well. Seltos has Kakao as well. You can search via your voice, but as I mentioned, this car is not complete car, so the system is not completely installed. Kakao Eye would be operate like something already seen in Sonata. In the middle you can see the air vent. It's horizontal type, but the side vent is vertical. Seltos have a full auto aircon. In auto mode, you can choose 3 different modes. Each mode has strong, middle, and very slow, mild air conditioner. And under the air conditioner there is a wireless smartphone charger. So it would be very helpful, and it's also optional. And there is a bar for smartphones no shaking during the driving. There is another storage compartment and the cigar jacks socket and the USB charger socket and USB memory port. And new style gear knob is very good for the grip, and the gear boot is also finished well. And it has heating seat and cooling seat and rear view camera. And the rear view camera is not so best condition, but it's affordable. And when you push the button, you can see just below the car, so it would be helpful when you go backward. When you touch the interior materials, it looks urethane, but actually it's just plastic, but finished very well. So interior feels a little bit cheaper. Materials of interior is not so good, it's affordable. And when you see door trim, it also same feeling with the other interiors. And the door pocket is not too big, but it's okay. And the speaker looks unique. It's finished curved, and the Seltos audio system has ambient light. So when you turn on the music, the speaker has a mood light, something like a Mini Cooper. So let's just see it. But it looks just dark. I think it's just pretend. In catalog it looks like this, but not like that. And it has electric parking brake and auto hold as well. And it has 2 cup holders, different size. Under the center armrest there is just a huge storage compartment. That's it. When you see the Seltos seat, it's good, and not just for good looking, but it also supports body very well. Driver seat can adjust 10 ways by electrically. Reading lamp is LED, but the sun visor lamp is a bulb type. You can see many buttons in the middle. It has UBO. UBO is a kind of call center. You can check any type of information, something like a restaurant, and the SOS button here, and high pass as well. Let's check Seltos trunk and rear seat. Key fob looks like this, similar with Kia Stinger, but more plain. No easy trunk. It's not electrical. It has good space, and the height are also good, so you can easily push the load into the trunk by just pushing. And under the deck you can see another storage, and there is a speaker. You can see some link for the trunk net. Rear hatch go up like this. You cannot adjust height. And Seltos has a full flat rear seat, so if you fold the rear seat, it looks like this, and the rear seat also adjusts reclining. 2 steps, and the size is very similar with the Tivoli, 쌍용 Tivoli. So it would be very helpful rear passengers. And When you see it just differ 5 centimeters, but when you go inside it feels more space, lots of space. Headrooms is enough, and when you recline the seat, to the backward, it would be very, very spaceful. My height is 178 centimeters tall, and the legroom is enough, and the foot room's also enough. And there is another storage for smartphone cable charger slot as well. And there is door pocket. Window glass is big enough. Rear quarter glass also good. So when you look behind, it would be helpful to look behind. And the rear door open very widely, so it would be good for rear passengers when you go in, go out. And the heating seat also adopted, and the speaker looks unique, like a front seat. When you install car seat into the Seltos, it looks like this. The boy is 3 years old, 13 kilograms. In idling mode, it has a little bit vibration through steering wheel, and the engine room sound is not like typical diesel. I think it has very good NVH solution between engine room and cabin and the door panel as well. 1.6 liters turbo diesel engine, and transmission is 7-speed dual clutch. In normal driving mode, steering wheel weight is very light. This car is 2-wheel drive systems, so front suspension is strut and rear suspension is torsion beam. But if you choose 4-wheel drive system, the suspension changed to multi-link for rear. And when you're driving, the noise from the road and the noise from outside is very small. I think it's the strength point for other competitors, something like Ssangyong Tivoli and Hyundai Kona. From the engine room, there is a little bit engine sound, but it's not noisy. It is good for fun driving. When I see the outside exterior, I think Seltos is deeply researched and developed car. It has lots of attractive things, something like a design, and during driving, it is same. I think the drivability is so good when you compare the other cars, especially competitors, something like Ssangyong Tivoli or Hyundai Kona. I think Seltos is first position. Engine and transmissions and suspensions balance is so good, and the maximum torque is come out just between 2000 and 2250 RPMs. Very small torque band. But 7DCT is so good transmission, so it has keep engine maximum torque during driving. I couldn't expect driving feeling like this, but Seltos is more and more than my expectation. I mentioned lots of things about the suspensions, and it's very flexible. When you go hard or soft on the road, it just smoothly absorbs some shock and some vibration, something like that. When I drive Stonic last year, it looks good, but when you look into the materials, it's very cheap car. But Seltos is totally different story. It not looks like a cheap car, small SUV. I think it's just a mid-size SUV, upper class. I think it's closer to Sportage, not closer to Stonic. Seltos has gasoline model as well, and in the market maybe gasoline model is more welcomed, but 1.6 liter turbo diesel model also very attractive. It's very quiet and smooth any moment in driving, and the ADAS systems keep around 30 seconds. So let's see just for the test. When you do not grip the steering wheel, after 30 seconds it has alarm in the cluster and the sign shown. When I drive K9, new K9, it shown this kind of alarm sign as well, but when you just touch the steering wheel, it begin again at once. But the Seltos is different. Seltos is when you touch the steering wheel, it takes a few seconds and then operate again. Normally speedometer is the left side and the tachometer is the right side, but Seltos is different. Speedometer is right side, tachometer is left side. Alright, today I driven Seltos, and Seltos, it would be blueprint of the new Kia cars upcoming. This year's Kia will launch Mojave. When you see the Seltos, we can expect next Kia's SUVs. For the conclusion, it is very nice cars than my expectations. The problem is the price. Seltos is not cheap car. In Korean market, 1.6 gasoline turbo is start at $19,000, and the highest trim Noblesse, same with the test car, is start at $25,000. So when you see another competitor cars, or when you see upper segment, it would be similar price. So Seltos need wise choice. Okay, today is the first my English recording for my test driving. I know it would be very unnatural and little bit annoying for my grammar or every English skills, but please be patient. I'll practice more, and next car is Hyundai Venue. Please subscribe to my channels. Thank you for your time, and thank you.